Hide your kids, hide your wife, hide your money. Today we're talking about this idea of hiding your money in places that's hard to find. This might sound crazy. I'm gonna talk about it. Let's just do it. Let's talk about it here. Let's go. Talking about something a little bit different. Now, I talk normally about the stock market, cryptocurrency, stuff like that. But recently, I've just been trying to save a little bit of extra money every month. Now, obviously, I've got different investments. I got different ways to make money. I've got my money saved in different ways. I talked about my gold, talked about cryptocurrencies, talked about all that kind of stuff. But what I've been doing recently is anytime I have spare cash, what I do is I just hide it. Now, it might sound crazy, but what I'm doing basically is every couple weeks, every couple months, whenever I have extra cash, I just put a couple hundred extra away in different places. Now, it's not like I have cash just laying all over the house, but I definitely put money away in different places that I kind of just forget about. And it's not that I'm trying to forget that I have money, but what I'm trying to do is just make it harder to spend that money, because I'm putting that money in places that it's going to take a little bit of effort to get, and it's also kind of out of sight, out of mind. And what happens for me is I have my bank account and I can see how much money I have, and I kind of live with that idea, like, oh, I've got this much money, so I can buy this, I can do this, I can not work as much because I already have a lot of money saved up. But what I'm doing is I'm trying to remove that money that I normally would associate with me having, removing that from the equation. So if I can have a couple extra $1,000 stashed away that I don't really think about, that I don't put into the equation, it's just gonna make it a lot easier if there ever is a rainy day or if I ever run into some problems. Now this is money that I don't live with. This is money that I don't use every day. This would basically just be money for a rainy day situation, or just really just saving money in different ways. Like I said, when I have my bank account and I look at my savings and I'm like, ooh, okay, I have that much money. But what I'm not thinking about is how much money I have stashed away. There's a lot of times where I'll look at my bank account and I'll go, ooh, I've only got that much money, and I forget about the money that I've saved other ways. And it actually makes me become more frugal because I'm thinking, ooh, I only have this much money, but really I have more money, but I'm just not thinking about it. So I'm just trying to find different ways for me to save money. Like I've talked about, I've got the gold, I got the cryptocurrencies, I got different investments, but then I've got cash that I'm hiding. It's just a personal thing, and you'll kind of figure out over time what works best for you for savings and stuff like that. But if I just set aside $100 every week, just put $100 into an envelope, and I put it in the envelope and I forget about it, when I go back and look at it, I'm like, wow, now there's $1,000 in there. And it almost becomes like a reward because I forget about it. And then when I go and look, wow, I have this much money saved just by me putting aside $100 every week. And that's one of the things that I've just kind of been focused on. Because in the past, 3 or 4 or 5 years ago, there was a point in my life where I had not that I would say I had no money, but I really just had no money. Every single month, I would basically end up at zero. My checking account would be zero. I'd get paid and I'd have money again. And it was kind of a situation where I just was rolling with the punches. It's hard being a freelance filmer. And now I'm finally at the point where I have cushion. So now I can put that money to work, my extra savings and stuff like that. But I also want to keep saving money for other opportunities in the future. And then also just giving myself that freedom where if I want to do something else, if I want to take a different chance or different opportunities, I can take that because I actually have money saved up. It's not a new idea by any means. There's a lot of different savings theories with different envelopes and all these crazy ideas, and you can read books about saving money and stuff like that. I know personally, if I take cash and I hide it in places that I don't really think about and I don't go to a lot, I'll forget about that cash in the first place, and that way in the future when I want to buy something, I don't go and grab that cash because I don't really think about it. In general, I don't really think like, oh, if I have $40,000 in the bank, I also have $3,000 in my hidden spot. So I'm not adding that money onto my overall equation when I think about just how much money I have, because I'm just able to save that, put it aside. Maybe you're the type of person who really just likes to look at their money and likes to just put it on their desk and just stare at it. Maybe that works for you. But for me personally, I know if I have cash laying around that I can easily grab, I'll end up grabbing it and spending it on things that I don't really need. Obviously, I know where the money is, but I don't go and think about it all the time, and it's just kind of out of my mind. So I'm able to hide a little bit of extra cash and have a little bit of a rainy day fund if I need it. Now, I also have my checking account, my savings account, stuff like that in my bank. And it's not to say that I have all of my money hidden under my mattress or anything like that. But what I'm doing is just diversifying and figuring out different ways that work best for me when it comes to saving. My income kind of fluctuates every month, so when I have a lot of extra income, I'll end up buying more gold or buying crypto or just saving that money in different ways. And that's kind of what I've been working on, figuring out the best way for me personally to save money and invest and create wealth. And that's one of the things that I've been learning more and more about with just money and also the stock market with day trading, just kind of learning, how can I use my money in the most efficient way? When we day trade, we're looking for the best opportunities, but I'm also looking for the best opportunities to save money and also invest money in different ways as well. So really the moral of this story is, for me personally, I know that if I hide cash and I put it places I won't think about, it's easier for me to forget about it and then allow that money to accumulate over time without me pulling from it constantly, just kind of having that little stash. So maybe you're already stashing money away. What unorthodox ways are you saving money different from having a savings or a checking account? Leave a comment down below, some tips or some ideas for other people out there. If you have anything to add to this discussion, leave a comment down below and I'll talk to you guys later on. I'm gonna go find a little hole to stash this $15 at somewhere. Let's go somewhere. There's somewhere in there.